So here we have the mastery phase, the windows with the change of direction box. As you can see, we're challenging players to inside, outside, use mastery dribbles. They go into the box and they change direction in there and come out. Here we have a good idea of it in slow motion where they're pulling V's, they're coming in through one gate and coming out through the other gate. We like them to go in slow and out fast, maybe not this slow, but you can see a good example here. And as they come in, we try not to let them walk, but they're opening their hips nicely and they're using right and left feet. And here's the same idea, speed it up with the change of direction box, except they're hitting step overs. They're a little bit busy in there, it's very nuisancey, a few little scissors going in there, but we've conditioned it to come through. The dribble is a slap cut dribble, so they slap it with the right, cut it with the left. As we come in here, we're hitting an older group now, but we're pulling V's. You can see the tempo is lifted and the game's gone up nicely. Lots of activity, maximum activity as they come in and they go out. Here's a younger group, nice little step over, and they come in and out, a little bit more space because the numbers are few, and they're sort of discovering for themselves through this where to move their body, how to come in, speed out. That was nice by Victoria there. And here's just a nice little view of the background. So the mastery went really well. We come to the older groups now and we decide to do the aerial mastery. Here they're throwing in from the outside to the head and heading it back. Now they're trapping it on the thigh and volleying it back. Some are in control and some aren't. We're letting them discover it. That was a nice one there. As we come into this one, we've changed it again. They're receiving in the air, they're trapping it on the foot and trying to double volley it back. So trap on the foot and volley back. The first touch creates the second touch. And here we come back to heads again. But each time they go back through the change of direction box, we want to put a little bit more agility in there if we can. And we move into the agility, cutting and attacking space. As we see, the line of orange cones is out. Players are either side. They gain eye contact and they work along the line of the cones using right foot and left foot. And they try to break in. In this one, when they have their back to the play, you see they fall away from the line, which means they can't really turn into the gate because they're too far away. So different techniques, different spacing. She'll bring it back now. We'll support her and assist her. She's going to move it across and she's going to try and break through that gate. Good. And look at the concentration on these two. Look at the focus. It's great. It's all themselves. They're doing it themselves. And little Jack comes along here, changes direction and accelerates through the end gate. We have a nice challenge here as we come through the end gate, which is good. Here Asia has her back in and working through. And as you can see, we've got 4 or 5 lanes going, giving maximum activity. We broke them off in groups of 4, so 2 are working, 2 are resting, and eventually we had the resting players trying to coach the working players. And here we come into the older groups as they come through. Again, they're nice skills, speed and touch of the ball. When do they break? When do they speed through? Here we have 2 girls focusing, trying to get that space, trying to attack that space. It's left foot, right foot. It's shimmy feint. It's skill. They're coming through nicely, and eventually she'll see that space and she'll break at speed. Good. And now we come into just creativity. The boys are getting very creative on some of these, as we'll see in a minute. They're trying to really come through and hooking the ball through. And this is our transition 2v2 fast break counter attack. So they'll come out the gate as soon as they've shot. The next ones are released. They're releasing in their own timing and their own movement. There's Wyatt coming out really powerful. We've got the run across, but she doesn't complete the run, so she compresses the defense but not attacks the space. On the next one, we'll see them compress the defense, throw a step over, and attack the space, which is really good. And they go through. Players are starting to pick up this fast break attack really nicely.